Okay, so in this video we're going to create a rational function from a description. Okay, and there are actually multiple answers for both of these, 1 and 2. The type is a little offset. Sorry about that, I dropped the pen. So what we're going to do here is, for number 1, we're going to create a rational function where there's a hole at the bottom of the graph. Excuse me, there's a hole in the graph, and the hole occurs at x is equal to 2. Okay, well, what's a hole? A hole is created when we have a same factor over a same factor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a rational function, and we have to be careful. I'm going to work backwards and create my factor, right? Before it was x is equal to 2, it was x minus 2. Now this guy would end up being 1, which means we would have 1 over 1, and technically that's a polynomial over a polynomial, right? So that's perfectly fine. Another example of what would be correct is if I put an x here, that would work. If I put x plus 3 at the bottom, that would also work. The idea here is these are all rational functions, but the key is, did I include the hole when I created that equation? So let's do the second one. It has to have a vertical asymptote at 2. So I start with putting in the vertical asymptote, which is x minus 2. Now, it cannot be a hole. So if I put x minus 2, this would be wrong because this creates a hole. I don't want a hole. So this shouldn't be included. So I'm going to go ahead and erase it. This, right now, I could just put 1 at the top. Right here, this is a rational function, and it has a vertical asymptote at 2. And that's all we need to do to create these rational functions. It gets a little bit more complex as we add more layers to the concept that we're discussing, but basically the key is we started with what was being asked of us, and then we created from that and made sure it fit the description.